Hey y'all. Hey everybody. It's me, Tanisha. Oh, and welcome to Tea with Tanisha. Oh, how are y'all doing today? How is everybody out there in these internet streets? I hope that you all are having an absolutely amazing day. We are going to come in here and I'm going to chit chat with y'all real quick. We're going to talk about forgiveness is a process. And I want to talk to y'all because I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I done had a whole lot going on this week reminding me constantly about forgiveness. But first, I am Tanisha OKK. I'm the creator of the Forgiveness Lifestyle Movement. I absolutely love what I get to do supporting beautiful mothers who are stuck. Literally, I help them find their emotional blind spots. They think that they're procrastinating. They think that they aren't good enough. They think that they're just lazy and all these things, but really it's unforgiveness that's keeping them stuck from their greatness. And deeper than that, they're passing on things to their children that they don't even realize. They're passing on generational things, and it's time to attack them head on. But today, y'all, so DM me, reach me at forgivenesslifestyle.com. In the meantime, in between time, let's get into this conversation. If this is your first time joining, let me know. Introduce yourself. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And I am a little bit different than my typical self today. So if it's your first time joining, please be sure to come back. I am extremely transparent and open with who I am. And today I've just been having a very unique week. Like I'm telling y'all, I've had more opportunities to work through forgiveness. I'm always having opportunities, but this week was interesting. I had a lot of people that were a little bit out of pocket when it came to business, when it came to people keeping their words, with getting things done in business. I woke up this morning to a very interesting reply in one of the groups that I'm in. It's an intimate group, and it was just interesting. And so, life happens, y'all. I just want to tell y'all, life always happens. And so, even though I'm a forgiveness coach, that does not leave me exempt. I am always processing forgiveness, whether it's something someone said, whether I'm reading something, whether I'm working through a business deal and someone hasn't kept their end of the bargain and we need to go back to the drawing board. There's a misunderstanding, even though in my mind it seems clear. Y'all, it always takes forgiveness. I actually told one of my friends, I was like, I honestly kind of feel like screaming. So if any of y'all are interested in sending me a cup of tea, your girl could use a whole cup of tea. I probably could drink a whole kettle of tea just to relax my nerves and just breathe. It has been a long week. So if y'all are in that space, you're not alone. It happens. You know what I mean? Like it just happens. And so the good news about forgiveness, and I'll talk about the process in a second, is that the more you do it, the better you get at it, the faster it happens. Like the more you are able to use forgiveness as a lifestyle and it's the way that you go about your day-to-day activities, you get much better at it. It gets easier and easier. And so offenses don't last so long. Irritation doesn't hold so long, all these different things. And so here's the deal with forgiveness. First step is this. Step one, step one, step one. You guys can hit step one in that comment section. Step one is you have to acknowledge that you're hurting. When you deal with forgiveness or unforgiveness, most times you want to stuff down your feelings. You don't want to acknowledge that you're irritated, that you're frustrated, that you're pissed off, that you're angry, that you have emotions. And for some reason, people have told you that it's bad. It's not bad to have emotions. Now, what you do with those emotions, the action that you take linked to it, that's a different thing. But you get to feel how you feel and you need to feel it. So first step is acknowledge how you are feeling. For me, I have had a very full week. It's been stressful. And like I said, folks were straight out of pocket this week. They were just on one. Some people were just, and if I attract who I am or the energy that I'm putting out. It wasn't that anything, nobody was rude, nobody was nasty, nobody was like mean or anything like that. It's just probably the biggest problem is me not being patient, right? Me wanting things a certain way and me just needing to trust God and trust the process. Probably that's probably the biggest thing. But even though that is one of the big things that I know, I got to know that. And I still have to then acknowledge my pain and frustration. And then I got to decide, well, what you going to do? Like, Why are you really upset? What are you really frustrated with? What's really annoying you in this moment? And so for you, as you're working through the forgiveness process, it's important to understand what's really frustrating. Like, you may think it's one thing. You may say, oh, I'm just frustrated because they didn't call me back fast enough. You're not frustrated because they didn't call you back fast enough. You could be frustrated because them not calling you back doesn't allow you to do the other things that you need to do. It doesn't allow you to complete the goals that you say you wanted. It doesn't allow things to be the exact way that you wanted them to be, right? And now you have to readjust your thoughts and your mind, and you have to release and relinquish your desire to be in control for things to be the exact way you want them to be, because things are always happening in your favor. Listen, y'all, I have had a couple people past couple months. My website is one of them. I paid somebody to get this website done, get it completely rebuilt. On a side note, I still invite y'all to forgivenesslifestyle.com for you guys to continue to subscribe, even though it's in the process of being rebuilt. How many of you guys are constantly waiting for perfection before you actually put yourself out there? That's a whole separate topic, but that's part of the forgiveness process, being willing to put yourself out there, even if it's not perfect. Done is better than perfect. At least get people familiar with you, your brand, and what you're doing. Rebuild it, send them there, but don't let it just be brand new. So anyway, I'm rebuilding. I've paid somebody to do it, and they just really dropped the ball. Like, it wasn't what we discussed. It just didn't happen. And this has been months in the making. This conversation just taking long times to get things done. And so now that we've shifted, I was like, you know what? No longer do I need you to do my website. I'm gonna get somebody else to do that. But how about you do this? And so when things aren't working your way, when you are in the flow of forgiveness, and when you're flowing in forgiveness, you're looking for win-win situations. You're looking for situations where things can work in your favor, where things can work in everyone's favor versus, oh, it's me against the world. Everybody's out to get me. Everybody's not out to get you. And so when you're looking at it that way, it works out better. And so in this case, when it came to my website, I was like, you know what? How about let's do X, Y, and Z? Well, guess what? They're really good at X, Y, and Z as well. So we're going to shift what I paid them to do, which was the website. No longer going to do that. I'm just going to release that. I'm going to take care of that on my own. It didn't work out. No problem. You can assist me with something else. And you guys get to do the same thing. Like, be ready to shift. Another thing, I had a bunch of copy that I need written, for you guys who are possibly launching something big. I have a huge product, a whole thing coming out very soon. An entire university, Forgiveness Lifestyle University, will be coming to you very soon, where we're going to be go diving into family and training children on forgiveness, and your spouse, and forgiving parents, just this whole thing, right? Well, when you do that, it's all these email sequences that you have to do. You're gonna have about 25 or 30 different emails that are sent out, plus all the sales pages and all that stuff. And if you're into this marketing thing, business like this, then you know what I'm talking about. Well, the person didn't provide. It's like a month later, and took forever. They had life happening, things happening. But when you have grace, and I'm big on time frames, don't get me misunderstood. But when you have grace and know that life is happening for you, what's happened is that the blessings are even more. So the person who's writing all the copy, I was like, hey, can we shift? Like, since you didn't deliver on this time, can you help me do several other projects? Because I have 2 other projects. You guys will begin to see me marketing Empowered Stepmother far more. That book that I wrote that is brilliant for beautiful stepmothers. And I have other things, something else that I'm rolling out. And so I was like, can you help me? See, now, instead of me just getting what I paid for, because of my patience and my grace and my understanding, I'm getting double or 3 times for my money. That's what happens when you just flow in patience and forgiveness. And I'm not saying that it happens all the time, but I am saying that because I know that I add value, because I know that I give, because I know that I'm always giving in the overflow. I know that when it's my turn, when things aren't working the way I think, I know that people are going to show up that way for me. And that's exactly what has happened. It doesn't mean it's easier. It's not fun. I'm getting a brand new logo made for Forgiveness Lifestyle, the DBA and all the stuff that comes with that. And so with that being said, I got to hire somebody. Hired one person. I was like, this is not going to work. It's grainy. It's not right. And they want to argue with you about your money. And you have to know it's not going to work. cancel the order. And these are things that you go through. And so I feel like this week has just been a lot of that. And I got to check myself. I got to check how I'm showing up. I got to understand, why am I so frustrated? Why am I so annoyed? Everything's working in my favor, even the pain, even the annoyances, even the frustration. It's working in your favor. It's working in my favor. And even though I know that, it doesn't stop me from being frustrated sometimes. It doesn't stop me from being annoyed. And so it's only after you, in this forgiveness process, acknowledge that you're upset, acknowledge your pain, figure out the root cause of where the pain is coming from. And then you make a decision. You know what? Yeah, I'm ready to let this go. I'm ready to grow through this. I'm ready to forgive. I'm ready to move forward. It's hard to make a decision about forgiveness if you don't know the pain you're about to go through. And that's what happens too often. Too often people are like, I forgive. And then when they start that journey of forgiveness, they're like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this. You know what? I changed my mind. Maybe I'm not going to forgive. And that's why you back away from something, because you didn't allow yourself the process to figure out what you're about to go through before you committed to it. And so, and when you commit to it, sometimes it takes a little bit longer than you think. It's a little bit harder. It's always harder than you know when you're going through the forgiveness process. And that's why you want to acknowledge it. You want to feel it. Hey, Kenny, you want to feel it. And then you want to say, I'm ready to move forward. And once you decide to move forward, that's when you create your game plan of, all right, this is what it's going to look like moving forward. And you don't have to have it all mapped out, but you do want to set your perimeters or your boundaries as it relates to the people that you're going to have in your corner, how things are going to flow and things of that nature. And so for all y'all who may have had a week like mine, which really in the grand scheme of things was not that tragic at all. It really wasn't. But it was just a lot of little annoying things that allowed me to constantly be reminded of the importance of forgiveness and how I'm showing up. I want to send y'all love. And I want to tell you something. The more that you practice forgiveness as a lifestyle, what is forgiveness as a lifestyle? You see, the same way you wake up every morning, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, brushing your teeth every day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day. That's a lifestyle. Taking a shower every single day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day. That's a lifestyle. It seems like, duh, Tanisha, everybody doesn't do that. And so these are lifestyle decisions. Washing your clothes is a lifestyle decision. There are all these things that you do as a lifestyle decision. And in doing so, forgiveness gets to be one of them too. Being patient and pausing before you respond immediate. These are all lifestyle decisions. These are decisions that you get to make, and you don't have to make them based on what somebody else does or doesn't do. So forgiveness is a lifestyle. Forgiveness is a process. And I invite you all on this journey. You guys can click the link below, grab some of those forgiveness goodies. It's Christmas time. All you need to do to get a gift for someone else in forgiveness, who you know, maybe somebody's struggling and they need to forgive the men who hurt them. They need to forgive themselves for shrinking. They want to be a speaker, but they're too shy. And you're like, what Christmas gift can I give somebody? You can give them these things. Get their email address. When you purchase it, drop their email address inside the purchase. And there you have it. I absolutely love you all. Hey, by the way, if y'all are on Clubhouse, where y'all at? If y'all on Clubhouse, if you're on Clubhouse, be sure to follow me. Of course, I'm Forgiveness Lifestyle on Clubhouse. Why wouldn't I be? Tomorrow, I'm going to be on there at 8 a.m. Guess what I'm talking about, y'all? Forgiving your parents. We about to get into some good, meaty, juicy conversation tomorrow on Clubhouse, 8 a.m. Forgiving your parents. You can find me at Forgiveness Lifestyle. I love you all. Grab some gifts from the links below as Christmas presents, holiday gifts for yourself, New Year resolutions, whatever it is you want, setting new goals, shifting your life, getting yourself together. Let's do it. I love y'all. And if you want to send me a cup of tea, you are so more than welcome. You can DM me. I drink tea. I love tea. And after the week I've had, I need a whole lot of tea. And I don't drink Lipton's. Don't send me Lipton's. Please do not send me Lipton tea. I don't drink Lipton tea. But I love y'all so much. And I'm going to see y'all soon. Ciao. Ain't nothing against Lipton. Let me just get it clear. I just happen in my palate, the way my palate is set up, Lipton. I'm going to see y'all soon. Ciao.